I'm Shanelle, and thank you for joining me on my couch. So let's get right into Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life, episode 5. So we start off prepping for David's birthday party, his 50th birthday, and it says on screen that it seems as though Tamar's family is not coming. So that tells you that her family do not like him. That's what it is. David is having a FaceTime conversation with his sister. They've flown into town for this party, and it's the first time they're going to be on camera. And the sister is talking about the fact that she had no doubts about Tamar, but she had doubts about her family, as they're so different. Their family is private, they're very opinionated and conservative, and David adds that they're very serious about their religion, and they didn't know how the families would blend, which is basically saying that they don't feel like the Braxtons are serious about their faith, shade, and that they're fame whores. This is what I got from it. Goli is getting her makeup done and is like complaining to Michael about going to this party, but she's going because Tamar asked her, and she doesn't want to let Tamar down, but at the same time she feels like she's betraying herself because David does not like her. So, but you know, she goes anyway. David arrives at the party dressed in all white with his mother, who's wearing this lovely glam dress, and greets Tamar. Tamar comes out in her beautiful sequin black dress we saw her in last week, and David tells her, "You look great. You look like an older woman," and then tells her that she looked like Della Reese in Harlem Nights. I don't know what man would think that that was smart. You're gonna tell your woman that first she looks like an older woman, then you're gonna say Della Reese. Now, we all know Della Reese is beautiful, but she is plus size, and you know, Tamar has a thing about her weight, so you're basically saying that it was just wrong. It was wrong. Love Della Reese. May she rest in power. Love her. So David has a sit down with his so-called pastor brother-in-law, and they talk about, well, you know, he asks him what he thinks about the whole dream work, and he says that he thinks it's witchcraft, and brings up a scripture saying that you shouldn't, you know, use mediums. And I'm wondering how a dream interpreter is a medium, and it shows just how ignorant he is as a pastor, as well as David. And that he said he had no problem confronting Goli, so he was coming for some mess. Like, clearly this is a family trait. You know, so Goli is uncomfortable at the party, so she gets drunk. She feels like David tries to introduce her to a lawyer friend of his, and it's kind of like, well, like, this is my really good friend. He's a lawyer. Oh, what is it that you do? Like, she felt like he was trying to humiliate her, and he really thought it was just like, he's so passive aggressive in the way he does things. It's smooth. It's very cunning. It's smooth, but it's like the camera doesn't lie. The camera's catching all his shit. So yeah. So she gets drunk, and then she falls and bruises her arm. So, you know, everyone's seeing what's going on. Tamar pulls Michael aside and asks him, like, what's going on with Goli? Like, she's concerned. And she says, you know, she feels like she's being humiliated. He tells Tamar she feels like she's being humiliated, and that doesn't sit well with Tamar because she really loves Goli. So throughout the party, we see, like, Tamar isn't doing what David wants her to do. You know, she's mingling one way, and he wants her to stick with him. So it's just fine. You start to see him using manipulative language to get her to do things the way he wants it to be done. And then he has this smile of achievement when he gets his way. It's really creepy to watch. We see Goli in her confessional, and she says that she has a bruise on her arm, and that she got it because of David's evil eye. And at first I was like, you know, Goli, you starting to sound a little bit extra crazy with it. However, there is intent. There is an energy. You ever feel like there is energy and intent that could that can be sent through a look and whatnot. So I'm not dismissing what she's saying at all, because people's spirit of intention can affect somebody else. So sometime after the party, they get back to the dream work because Goli's feeling like there's some things that she really wants to unpack, and they go back to the Ellen dream. So they enlist some of the staff members to play characters in the dream, like Tamar's sister and David and whatnot, and they enact the dream. Goli tells Tamar that David is a symbol of the male betrayal that she's experienced in her life, and that is repeating itself, and that Ellen is a symbol of the betrayal in media, and Tamar does her holy dance or what have you. And then her assistant tells her that she needs to look up Joseph, and tells her that, Joseph interpreted dreams and that his family really wasn't with it, and that's kind of like what's happening here. And Tamar's looking at him like, huh? Like, she had no clue about, she had no clue. I'm wondering how these people are like in church their whole lives and have no clue. That says a lot to me. Like, I've always heard that most Christians really don't, all they do is go to church. They don't read the Bible or anything like that. And just seeing this, like Joseph, I don't know about Joseph. Okay. Yeah, so she ain't had no clue. They went and got the Bible. Yeah, Goli said, go get the Bible. She got the Bible. They read the scripture about the dream work and all that. All of a sudden, David calls, interrupting again, and says that he's coming home, like in some kind of a panic. Like it's almost like he felt like he was losing his space or something. He felt like he was losing his grip on Tamar. And so he decides to come back because he's ready to have another talk with Goli. They go into the room with no cameras, the mic packs are turned off, and they start arguing, and the argument gets heated. Goli finally explodes on David. She says that how can she teach other people to use their voice, but she won't use her own? So you hear Tamar say that she doesn't agree with the way David is going about this. Like, she's really sticking up for Goli. But then it starts sounding like it gets physical in the room, and you hear Tamar repeatedly saying, David, David, and David's coming at Goli like, you're not going to break up my family, like, you're not going to get in between us. And so it seemed like he was trying to attack her. Now, he claimed in his confessional that he didn't do anything, it was all Goli. But it sounds like they weren't trying, that they didn't get physical, or they're trying to pretend like it didn't get physical. Because even the producers run up in there. They were freaked out. They were like, nah, you need to go in there, and telling Michael he needed to go in there and see what was going on. It was like super intense. And after that, Goli, like, they were trying to get Goli to leave, and Goli was like, no, I'm not going. She was like, she got to that point where she was ready, but she had felt like they had brought her to a lowest low. She was done after that. She really wanted to, clear out the air with Tamar because she loves Tay, but I think after the interaction with David, she was done. So she quit. We lost Miss Goli, and it's so unfortunate because she was amazing. I think that David's demons were completely threatened by Goli and the work she was doing with Tamar. And as you see how things have unfolded, it seems to be the truth. It's just unfortunate that the work was doing so much greatness for her. Tamar loved it, Goli loved her, and the relationship was ruined because of David. And of course, Tamar was not going to put the work before her man. It's unfortunate, and there she goes losing out. I don't even know, it got to the point where Goli said that she just needed to take a break from the dream work. Like, it had traumatized her that much. She needed to take a break. You ever had somebody do that? Like, really just F up your space about a thing, and you need to separate yourself from it because it's just been tainted? Yeah, that man's spirit ain't right. But yeah, let's see how things move forward, because that was really sad. That was really sad. I don't even know if now they would be able to continue that work. But yeah, Anyway, please comment down below. Tell me what you think about this episode. Do you think that David put hands on Goli, or do you think Goli put hands on David? Let's talk about it, and I'll see you guys next week.